10 signs a business is run by the mob. Mob-run businesses are not always easy to spot, but there are some common signs that can point you in the right direction. These businesses may be involved in illegal activities such as gambling, drugs, or prostitution, or they may simply be fronts for legitimate businesses that are used to launder money. No matter what their intentions are, it's important to be aware of the warning signs so that you can protect yourself from becoming a victim of mob extortion or worse. So here are 10 signs a business is run by the mob. No one. So business is always cash only. This should be an obvious one, but a lot of people forget that cash-only businesses are a major red flag. The most common reason for a business to be cash-only is because they are trying to avoid taxes. And we all know that organized crime groups like the Mafia do really follow the tax laws too closely. If you come across a business that seems legitimate but only accepts cash, it's probably best to steer clear. There could be a good reason why they don't accept credit cards or electronic payments. They may be dealing in stolen goods or narcotics, and they want to make it difficult for law enforcement to track their finances. Or maybe they're just trying to save on taxes. Either way, it's not worth the risk. No. 2. You have no contract. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule, but if a business refuses to put anything in writing, that's definitely a cause for concern. If you're dealing with a legitimate business, they should be more than happy to draw up a contract that protects both parties. If they won't do this, it could be a sign that they're re-involved in something illegal, and they don't want any written documentation that could be used against them. Maybe they're selling stolen goods or providing some other illicit service. Whatever the case may be, you're definitely taking a risk if you go ahead and do business with them without a contract. Number 3, they demand large upfront payments. If a business is demanding a large upfront payment for goods or services, then it's likely that they are trying to avoid paying taxes on the transaction. This is a common tactic used by scammers and con artists, and it's also commonly used by mob-run businesses. If someone tries to sell you something big ticket and asks for a huge down payment before getting started, walk away. It's not worth the risk. Chances are you'll never see the person again after they take your money and run, for their prices are unbelievably low. If you're ever quoted a price that seems too low to be true, it probably is. Businesses that are trying to launder money will often offer unbelievably low prices in order to attract customers. They know that once they have your business, they can start slowly raising the prices. But the initial low prices are designed to hook you in. So if you notice a business that seems to be offering prices that are significantly lower than the competition, it might be a good idea to look elsewhere. Prices that are too low to be true usually are 5. They offer kickbacks. This is another red flag that you should be aware of. If a business is offering you a kickback in order to do business with them, they're probably trying to bribe you. Bribery is a common tactic used by mob-run businesses in order to get ahead. They know that by offering someone a kickback, they can secure their business and make it difficult for anyone else to compete. Kickbacks are illegal and they can result in serious penalties. So it's important to be aware of this practice and avoid it at all costs. If someone offers you a kickback, politely refuse and walk away. Don't even think about it. Number 6, they have a lot of expensive items. If you're doing business with someone who has a lot of expensive items, it's important to be careful. They could be trying to launder money, and you do want to get caught up in their scheme. Expensive items are a common way for mobsters to launder money. So they buy luxury items with dirty money in order to make it look like they earned it legitimately. So if you're dealing with someone who has a lot of expensive items, it's important to be cautious. Ask questions and make sure you're not dealing with a mobster trying to launder money. Number 7, they have a lot of high-end customers. If you're doing business with a company that has a lot of high-end customers, it's important to be careful. These customers could be mobsters, and they're probably trying to launder money. If you're not careful, you could end up getting caught up in their scheme. So if you're dealing with a business that has a lot of high-end customers, it's important to be cautious. Ask questions and make sure you're not dealing with mobsters trying to launder money. Number 8, they never have any records. This is another red flag that you should be aware of. If a business never has any records when you ask for them, it's probably because they're trying to hide something. Mob-run businesses will often try to avoid keeping records in order to make it difficult for law enforcement to track their activities. So if you're dealing with a business that never seems to have the records you request, it might be time to walk away. Number 9. They use intimidation tactics. If you've ever been threatened by a business, then you know how scary and violating it can be. Most businesses will never resort to intimidation tactics, but mob-run businesses often do. They might threaten you physically or emotionally in order to get what they want. If you ever experience this, please reach out to the authorities. And finally, number 10, they use undercover tactics. Mob-run businesses will often use undercover tactics in order to intimidate their rivals or potential customers. This could include things like following someone, spying on them, or even threatening their family members. If you feel like you're being stalked or harassed by a business, it's time to call the cops. It's important to be aware of the different ways that mobsters try to run their businesses. By being informed, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim of their schemes. Don't let these guys intimidate you or threaten you. Stand up for yourself and your rights. If you ever feel like you're being targeted by a mob-run business, contact the authorities right away. Thank you for watching. Do you know any other signs that a business is run by the mob? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future content.
Nice.
We also have a website where you can find more interesting articles like this one. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.